Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. The enhanced online exam is truly a game changer because it takes away the externality factor of the in-center exam. But every innovation that solves a problem in turn creates brand new ones. While many test takers have loved the experience that the enhanced online GMAT offers, some test takers, especially those who have not adapted to the needs of the enhanced online exam, have faced issues. This was visible through several posts on GMAT Club. The kind of issues faced by these students ranged from application incompatibility to internet issues leading to a poor performance. So in this video, we will share the different kinds of disruptions you might face while taking the at-home GMAT exam and how you can avoid them. Make sure to watch till the end of the video to get a really helpful tip to maximize your performance on the online exam, even if you are faced with these disruptions. But before we begin, subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch videos on GMAT preparation, GMAT success story, MBA admissions, scholarships, and more. Disruptions in context to at-home exams are problems that can interrupt or hinder your test-taking experience. These disruptions can be mapped to three areas: hardware and software related, router related, and internet provider related. One of the threats to a smooth test-taking experience is the laptop that you use. While a poor hardware condition may lead to a sluggish encounter, software-related issues might trigger the test application's security system, resulting in loss of time or even test cancellation. Here are some of the most common hardware or software disruptions you might face, along with tips to minimize them. If you are a working professional, you should avoid taking the test using your work laptop. Why? The test application requires you to close all the programs before you can begin your test. However, work laptops have several background apps which cannot be terminated and might trigger the application security system, leading to loss of time. So we suggest that you use your personal laptop. If you are using a personal laptop, you will find several background applications such as OneDrive, Dropbox, and more running from the moment when you boot your laptop. So make sure to kill them before starting the test, as these applications can consume valuable bandwidth required by the test. Moreover, if your laptop has a VPN, you should deactivate it so that it does not trigger any security system. If you work on a laptop for long hours, make sure to restart it at least 3 to 4 hours before the exam. When you restart or turn off your computer, all the stored data will be wiped clean and programs will be rebooted. This can potentially clear out some processes and programs running behind the scenes, a move that will help you avoid a sluggish app experience. The GMAC does not allow any external peripherals such as webcams and headsets. This means that your laptop must have a working mic and a webcam, or else you will not be able to complete the check-in process. So make sure to run the system diagnostic test multiple times before taking the test. The link is in the description. Most of us usually have Wi-Fi connections, and one common issue with Wi-Fi connections is that their performance can be inconsistent, especially when used continuously over long periods. Since the test will be 3+ hours long, you might not want to risk your attempt because of an inconsistent connection. So, for a seamless test experience, you can get an Ethernet cable and connect it directly to your laptop. While procuring the cable, ensure that you take into account the distance between your computer and the router. Now, in the event that you don't have an Ethernet port on your laptop, you can use a USB to Ethernet adapter, which you can easily buy on Amazon. If an Ethernet cable is not an option, ensure that you're sitting close to your router to provide an undisrupted connection. Lastly, avoid scheduling your test during a busy time of the day when internet consumption is high or the speed is slow. And as a best practice, request your family members or friends to avoid using the internet at that time. Another best practice is to restart your router a day before the test. This will free up some processes that run behind the scenes. Finally, and most importantly, make sure that your router is attached to a power backup. The GMAC has specified what kind of internet connections are acceptable to take the at-home test. So choosing the right type of internet service provider is critical to ensure a seamless test-taking experience. How can you ensure this? Ideally, you should use a cable-based connection that could be either a DSL or a fiber optic connection. Avoid using a cellular network or a dongle to take the test. Why? Dongles and cellular networks are not designed to provide high-quality real-time connections and might even result in test logout. It would be better to take the in-center test rather than risking your attempt because of an unreliable ISP. Now that you have all the information from a logistical standpoint, let's see how you can make sure to maximize your performance in the event that you face a disruption. The GMAC, in the new enhancements to the at-home exam, has made sure that students can still complete the test in case they are faced with disruptions. Moreover, students will also not lose any time and can continue from the point where their test got disrupted. While this update makes the test resilient to disruptions, students should still be prepared to face them. We noticed several instances where some of the students who faced a disruption reported that even though they could complete the exam, the lack of awareness and most importantly, the lack of preparedness for these situations resulted in a dissatisfactory final result. So it's very critical that you prepare for these disruptions to maximize your performance. And how can you do so? Well, while taking practice tests, you can plan a random break for 5 minutes during the verbal and the quant sections. This would consciously break your flow, and if you can manage to stay consistent despite this break, you can then replicate similar results on the actual exam in the event that you're faced with disruption. Essentially, you're doing a rehearsal for a possible disruption to train your brain to acclimatize. The enhanced online exam has definitely faced criticism. However, the problems associated with it are linked more with the awareness, preparedness, and acclimatization rather than the test format itself. Lastly, a vast majority of students have reported a satisfactory experience with the online exam. You can watch this session with the GMAC representative where we have discussed several scenarios in detail. Just click on the top right-hand corner. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel. Happy learning!